Om Sai Ram, Sai Leela, episode 21. Today we will hear some of the more experiences of Baba's few other devotees. The first experience is narrated by Sri Neelakant Ramchandra Shashra Buddhe, who has shared his experiences with Sai Baba in a letter dated 18th Feb 1920, some of which are given below. In the year 1910, in the month of December, he says, when I was reading Panchadashi in Bandra, Bhau Sahib Dikshit and Nana Sahib Chandorkar, who were going to Parle, suddenly came to Bandra, and after talking for some time, Nana Sahib asked me, when are you going to Shirdi? I said, I will go sometime. They had asked me about visiting Shirdi previously also, but I had been avoiding the same. This time, they were very adamant and asked me to leave the very next day, which was Sunday. I said, I will collect my pension on Monday and leave. But both of them, especially Nana Sahib, was very keen on me going to Shirdi, and in spite of the fact that we did not know each other very well, he gave me 10 rupees and told that my pension will be collected by Anna Sahib the Bolkar. This was against rules, but the way Nana Sahib insisted, I had to agree. I also got a doubt, how will I manage with 10 rupees? If I wanted to stay for a long time in Shirdi, immediately Bhau Sahib Dikshit wrote a letter to his cashier at Shirdi to give me how much ever money I wanted and gave it to me. I was dumbfounded and I agreed to leave next evening. I got a train from Mumbai to Manmad, and a young boy who was to appear for his LLB exam, who was from Kopergaon, we started talking, and then I asked him, do you know anything about Sai Baba? He said, I know that mad fakir very well. On hearing this, my imagination of open market became very strong. In the morning on Monday, I went to this new friend's house at Kopergaon, and after getting fresh and having tea, etc., reached Shirdi around 9 or 10 a.m. The Tonga person left me at Rao Bahadur's Wada, and I was searching for Madhav Rao Deshpande when I accidentally saw my old friend Lakshman Krishnaji, alias Tatya Sahib Nulkar, and I called out to him, but he failed to recognize me. Later, when I introduced myself, he remembered me and hugged me tightly and told me that he would take care of all my needs and asked me to sit there. He called Madhavrao Deshpande and told everything about me. After taking bath, Tatya Sahib took me to the mosque for Baba's Aarti. Immediately, Tatya Sahib fell on Baba's feet and stood near him. I followed Tatya Sahib and did the same. Baba told me to fall on Tatya Sahib's feet and Bapu Sahib's feet and said there is no harm in falling on their feet. Baba told me to serve Tatya Sahib, which he continued telling me on the following days also. There have been many saints in the past, but I was not sure of Baba, so I used to joke about him to Tatya Sahib, and he felt very bad about it and told me to stop it. After this, one day, I told Baba, if you want to tell me something, tell me directly. Don't give me any vague instructions. He said, okay. Then, after some days, Baba said, our experiences are not indirect. Those who don't believe can leave. Otherwise, they can take and leave. This was his typical way of saying things. I understood this was for me, and I decided and told Baba that I would not leave Shirdi till I am convinced about his powers. He again said, okay. Madhav Rao Deshpande used to ask Baba when regarding my return every alternate day. One day Baba said, we need him, let him lie near the mosque like a dog. Again one day he said, he is mine, I only have to help him. Who else is there for him other than me? This made me feel very nice. All these days, Tatya Sahib was keeping good health. Suddenly, his health started deteriorating. So I decided that I will not return home till he recovers. In the month of March, Tatya Sahib left his body. Baba knew this well in advance. That's why when I came to Shirdi, he told me to fall on Tatya Sahib's feet. All the people who were present at the time felt the same, and once, with tears in his eyes, Tatya Sahib asked me, Neelkanth Rao, Baba brought you here so that I don't suffer much, and the order he gave on the very first day makes it very clear, isn't it? Before he died, he asked me to sing an abhang, and he left his body early in the morning. The day before Tatya Sahib died, Baba told Madhavrao Deshpande, Tatya listened to me and stayed here and made his life meaningful. That time, we did not know that he would leave us so soon. His elder son, who had passed his medical exam and was running a hospital of his own, also did not know that his father would leave so fast. All the people present there prayed for a death like Tatya Sahib's, which was very peaceful. This was Baba's prasad to Tatya Sahib. The next experience we'll hear of Tarkhat Ji's family, the 9th chapter from Sai Satcharitra. I have opened up in front of you the treasure trove of the experiences of the Tarkhat family, and I'm sure after reading through the same, your faith in Baba must have doubled up. Now we all move towards the experiences as given in Sai Satcharitra. I would like to draw your attention to chapter number 9 from Sai Satcharitra. Of course, here I presume that our readers are knowledgeable about this holy book and they have read the same at least once. If one has not done so, then my humble request is please do so, which describes in great detail the life of Shirdi Sai Baba and an account of various Leelas he depicted to his devotees during his lifespan in Shirdi. The 9th chapter of this holy book is dedicated mostly to Tarkhat's family. That is, Sita Devi Tarkhat and Ramchandra Atmaram Tarkhat, alias Baba Sahib Tarkhat and Jyothindra Ramchandra Tarkhat. As described earlier, the Tarkhat family was staunch Prarthana Samajist and they did not believe in Murti Puja. For that matter, they did not believe in God. However, their destiny led them to come in contact with Shirdi Sai Baba, and then it was great transformation. As such, Sai Baba's famous arti states that he is capable of converting an atheist into firm believer in God. Nasti kanhahi tu lavishi nija bhajani. In case of Tarkhat family, this happened practically. The writer of Sai Satcharitra, late Sri Anna Sahib Dabholkar, states in his 9th chapter that Baba Sahib Tarkhat was very lucky to have a son like a father who was a good worshipper. Jyothindra Tarkhat used to get up at 4 a.m. in the morning, and after taking bath he would perform Baba's Aarti by applying sandalwood paste to Baba's photo in their mandir at home. He used to light a silver lamp in which the 1 paisa coin given by Baba was placed. Also, there was a regular offering of sugar candy as prasad, which they all would eat during their lunch. After the puja, father and son would live for the textile mill at Baikula. With Baba's grace in those days, Baba Sahib Tarkhat was earning rupees 5,000 and Jyothindra Tarkhat was earning 2,000 as salaries per month. Once, Baba Sahib Tarkhat developed an urge to send cotton bales to Baba so that he can make kafnis out of it for his personal use. He suggested to Jyothindra Tarkhat to go to Shirdi along with his mother and deliver the offerings to Baba. But Jyothindra was rather reluctant because who will perform the puja at home? Then Baba Sahib Tarkhat took upon himself and gave him the assurance that he will carry out the ritual as practiced by Jyothindra Tarkhat and there will be no let-up on that count. With that assurance, Jyothindra Tarkhat along with his mother left for Shirdi. Next 2 days passed properly, but on the 3rd day, Baba Sahib Tharkad forgot to keep sugar candy during the puja time. He realized this only in the afternoon when there was no prasad in his plate. He immediately got up and wrote a letter to Jotindra Tharkad in Shirdi, requested him to seek pardon from Baba for his grave mistake. There in Shirdi, at the same time, one interesting thing happened after the afternoon aarti in Dwarkamai when Baba Sahib Tarkhad and Jotindra Tarkhad went to Baba to seek his blessings. Baba told Sita Devi Tarkhad, who is Jotindra Tarkhad's mother, "Oh mother," Baba says, "Oh mother, I am very hungry today. As usual, I went to Bandra and I found the door was locked. But no one can stop me as I entered from the narrow gap of the door, but was totally disappointed as I could not find anything for lunch and I had to return on an empty stomach." Sita Devi Tarkad could not understand what Baba was saying, but Jotindra Tarkad instantly realized that his father must have forgotten to offer prasad to Baba during morning puja time. He requested Baba to pardon his father for the grave mistake and asked for his permission to leave for Mumbai instantly. Baba did not permit and said to stay for some more days. My father was anyway restless and he wrote a letter to his father stating the details of what Baba had uttered. The two letters crossed each other, and on receiving them and going through them, both father and son were in tears. They realized the depth of Baba's love for them. On the other hand, Baba reminded them that he is very much present in that photo frame and he accepts their daily offerings unfailingly. Once, while they were in Shirdi, when Sita Devi Tarkad was about to take her lunch, a dog came there and started wagging its tail. Sita Devi Tarkad offered him a piece of chapati, which the dog ate with relish and moved away from there. Little later, a pig laden with mud all over the body came there. Normally, looking at that ugly creature, no one would be able to gulp down the food. But Sita Devi Tarkad was a very kind-hearted and God-fearing person. She offered the piece of chapati to that ugly pig also. The pig ate that piece and went away. Then later that day, when they visited Dwarkamai and they went closer to Baba, he said to her, "Oh mother, today you have fed me with your own hands and the feeding was so sumptuous that I am still continuing to belch." Sita Devi Tarkad was surprised hearing that. She told Baba that, "Baba, you are mistaken. I have never given you food in Shirdi. So much I do not cook any food over here. In fact, I myself eat the food in one of the restaurants over here run by Mr. Shagun and pay for it." Then Baba told her, "Oh mother, this afternoon when you were taking your lunch, did you not offer food to a dog followed by an ugly looking pig? That food has reached me." Then Sita Devi Tarkad told him, "Baba, this means you take the tests of your devotees by entering in the form of creatures." Baba then told her, "Oh mother, please continue to be kind to these creatures and God will continue to bless you. God will see to it that there is never dearth of food in your house." By now, Tarkad family had developed a lot of acquaintances with other side devotees and some of them like Mr. Dabholkar, Mr. Purandare and Mr. Tendulkar, who were staying at a closer distance from their place of residence at Bandra. They used to meet each other and they shared their sweet experiences with Baba. Whenever they would plan to visit Shirdi, they used to inform each other, and if anyone wanted to send something to Baba, then they would act as a courier for the devotee. Of course, the intention behind was expressing pure devotion and love towards Baba. Once, Mr. Purandare along with family were proceeding to Shirdi and my grandmother offered two big black brinjals to Mrs. Purandare and requested her to make bharit out of one brinjal and kacharia out of another brinjal and offered the same for his lunch. Mrs. Purandare on the first day prepared the bharit and along with her other preparation offered the same in the plate for Baba's lunch. Baba ate the bharit and expressed his desire to have fried brinjal slices. Miss Radha Krishna Mai of Shirdi, who used to look after our lunch arrangements of Baba, was in a fix. She inquired with the ladies and learned that Mrs. Purandhare brought the brinjal preparation. That was anyway not the season of the brinjals, and hence the difficulty to obtain one in Shirdi. So Miss Radha Krishna Mai ran to Mrs. Purandhare and inquired about the availability of brinjals. She said that she had one and had planned to offer the fried brinjal slices the next day. Then Miss Radha Krishna Mai took away the brinjal and hurriedly fried the slices of Baba, as he said he would be completing his lunch only after having them. Now, this was purely an act of expressing the intense love towards his devotee and also confirming to the devotee in return the receipt of devotion from him or her. When Mrs. Purandhare, on returning to Bandra, informed Sita Devi Tarkhad about this incident, she was completely overwhelmed and thanked Baba from the bottom of her heart. In the same way, one evening, Mr. Govindji, son of Mr. Balakram, visited Tarkhadji's residence as he was proceeding to Shirdi that night. He was to perform the rites of the immersion of ashes of his late father at Nasik and then proceed to Shirdi. As he was in a dire hurry and Sita Devi Tarkhad could not provide anything feasible to send to Baba, she managed to locate one pedha which was kept in the prasad pot in front of Baba's portrait in the Sandalwood Mandir. She told him to offer the same, although she was not internally happy because the pedha had already been offered as prasad earlier. Besides, Mr. Govindji was combining his visit for the immersion of ashes following by the pilgrimage of Shirdi. Of course, Sita Devi Tarkhad kept aside all these illogical thoughts of her intentions, bore divine love as was expressed by Shabri to Lord Rama when she had offered him the tasted fruit of Bora. When Govindji reached Dwarkamai after completing all his other rituals, he had completely forgotten about the pedha. Baba asked him whether he had brought anything for him. Govindji replied in negative. Then Baba reminded him, stating that someone had given him something to offer to him. Govindji was stone-faced and was negative once again. Baba was now angry and literally shouted at him, saying, "Hey, while leaving Mumbai, my mother had given you something for me, and where is it?" Now Govindji realized. He ran to his place of stay and bought the peda and gave it to Baba. The peda was instantly consumed by Baba, and he told Govindji to inform the mother that it tasted very sweet. Dear Sai devotees, such instances of divine love have been very effectively depicted by late Sri Anna Sahib Dabolkar in the 9th chapter of Sai Satcharita. Josindra Tarkhad, when he used to narrate this to Virendra Tarkhadji and family, tears used to flow out through his eyes. I think, which devotee would not feel that way when he would get a return receipt from the Lord in such a fashion? I, for one, feel, kahan gaye wo log? Hats off to those people. And where are those devotees, and where is that kind of devotion today? But Baba's love for his devotees is omnipresent and ever living. Om Shri Sai Nathaya Namaha.